break it. Hey, JV sliding in the shaker, trying to shake it. Yeah, you talking all that money, boy, you better go and make it. We be tripping in them tracks, let a fast thing. GT 500, boy, we
What's the deal, y'all? Back at it with this G8. Even though this shit bothering me, fuck it. But today I'm about to break this engine down. This is the good engine. I'm about to break this down, go over everything, make sure everything's straight, and basically we're gonna put the cam in this motor. I had to get a new cam because the cam out of the old block, hold on, I think the cam in here. I had to get a new cam because the cam in the old block was wedged with the piston that had broke. So it was wedged in there, so I know it was chunks missing out of it. I don't play like that, so put a whole new cam in there, and that's all I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I'm about to start cleaning this a little bit and taking off the little stuff that I need to take off and see how that go. All right, so I'm gonna go over the main things with taking this engine apart, because might not be able to. I don't have no help right now. I don't have no tripod, so I'm not gonna be able to show y'all every single thing I do. So first thing I'm gonna do is a whole bunch of like rat shit up in here and shit. It's crazy. Clean that a little bit. I'm gonna pop these off. These is like, I think 5/16 or an 8. I'm gonna use the 8. These are 8s, I think. Not 100% sure. Yeah, them 8s. Them are 8s. Take them 4 off. Then you're gonna have access to the springs and the rockers and shit. Then same thing on this side. Take those off. These is 2 10s. You gotta take this off. 10 right here, 10 right there. Then you're gonna have to wiggle it a little bit, get it off. Let's see, what else? Let's see. I might take this off. I'm gonna drain the oil first. I'm about to drain the oil first with the oil pan right there. Put the oil pan under here, drain the oil. And after that, I think we should be good with, yeah, we should be good. I'm gonna pull this screw off. I'll show y'all how to pull the pulley off and all of that too. So at first I'm gonna start by just taking these 2 off and going from there. All right, I got the oil draining, the valve covers off. Oil almost done draining. Coolant crossover is off. What else? Valve covers is off. Next, I'm gonna start by, these are all tight. Yep, everything tight on this one. I'm gonna start by loosening everything up. All of these. I want to say these is 8s. Yeah, these are 8s too. I'm gonna loosen all of these 8s up, and then I'm gonna take the whole tray out together, the whole rocker tray out together, so I can sit them all and they still be in order and everything. Yeah, and then we can go from taking off the head. So to take the head off, you have to take off these 10s. It's 10s all along the top. I want to say these is 15s. I want to say they 15s. They are 15s, and then it's these 15s. But I like to take off the middle row first, and then the top row, and then the bottom row. But it don't matter which order you take them off in. It just matters which way you put them back on. So I'm about to take those off on both sides, and then I'll get back to y'all. All right, so now we got all the rockers out, and then that's on both sides. So now what you want to do, you're going to take these push rods out. These are dirty. You're going to take these push rods out, and you can put them all to the side and everything too. So just take all of them out. Should be 8 on this side, 8 on the other side. So we're going to take them out right quick. And then after we take them out, we ready. I'm going to start pulling this head off. 15s down here, and the 10s up top. All right, I got all the bolts out. I loosened them first by hands. These ended up being 13s. These are 13s, and steel 10s. So all the bolts is loosened. I loosened them by hand first. What the fuck screw is that in there? How did that even get in there? I have no fucking idea. I don't even know what screw that is. It's insane. Anyways, yeah, so after you take all them off, I loosened them by hand first with a 1/2-inch drive. So now I'm about to just pull the head off. That's all you do, is you gotta wiggle it sometimes. You might have to pry a little bit in between here. You see mine's loose, I can move it a little bit. I'm gonna pull them off and set them to the side, show y'all what's underneath. All right, now this is the point where, okay, the head gasket still stuck on the other one, but this would be your head gasket. So when people say, oh, it just need a head gasket, the part only 170, you got to do all this shit to change this head gasket. That's why this shit's so expensive. But these are head gaskets. Peel them bitches off. Bitches going in the trash and buy new ones. What side was that? Driver's side. Go over there. But other than that, I don't see like no wear on the pistons. Like no piston slap. I mean, they dirty as hell, but no piston slap with the valve or whatever you want to call it. That shit is nasty. This shit is disgusting. But for the most part, everything look good. Lifter trays is what's next. These are 2 10s, a 10 here, a 10 here, and the same thing on the other side. So I'm about to pop them 10s off and then show y'all from there. That's where your lifters at. These lifter trays hold your lifters in. Let me see if I can show y'all a little bit back there. Your lifters is basically in this hole right here, which basically your push rods go in there, and yeah, it's hard to explain, but whatever. All lifters came out with the magnet smooth as hell, so everything seemed good. These walls look a little good to me. They look good. This motor actually looked pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so let's see what's next. Next I'm gonna pull this crank off. The crank bolt is a 24. I'm gonna show y'all how to pull the crank off. You're gonna have to go to Home Depot. I don't know where I put the tool at. Oh, it's right here. You have to go to Home Depot, not Home Depot, auto parts store. You can rent this tool, crankshaft, pulley, whatever. Get this kit. Basically, it come like this. I got half of it sitting somewhere else that I don't. Oh, it's right here. This is half of it right here. You're gonna get the kit. Boom. It's gonna come like that. You're gonna take this. All right, I'm gonna have to show y'all a trick after I do it. But it's gonna be a little screw right here. You're gonna use that one. You're gonna be using this long push rod right here. And I'm gonna show you the trick to doing it with this tool. All right, so once you get your screw out, this, a 3-inch extension works best. Put it in there, whatever. Once you put it in there, you're gonna take the long push rod. You're gonna put that in there. Then you're gonna put the pulley on. All right, man. Put the pulley on there like this. Push rod in there. Then tighten it till the crank come off. All right, I spun the motor around so y'all can see. You're gonna take out these 2 bolts right here. 1, 2. You're gonna take them out, them both 10s, and then you're gonna take all these screws out. 10, 10, 10, all the way around the cover. We just took the pulley off already, so we're good. All right, so now we got the cover off and all of that. You got this. To line up your timing, you're gonna see a dot, like this dot right here, that little indentation. You wanna make it line up with, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show y'all. Let me see. It's a dot on there. It's literally right there, y'all see it? On that bottom gear. Damn, it's like right there. Right down in there. So y'all gonna make them line up. So when they line up exactly, then your timing set, then you loosen this screw. But listen, if you loosen this screw, right, and then move the timing, just tighten it back up hand tight. Make it back hand tight, whatever like that. Line it back up, and then you'll be able to loosen it and the timing will be on perfect. All right, so now when you got that gear off, just lay the chain to the side like that, whatever. These are T40s. Don't use nothing else but a T40. Use a ratchet. Don't use no power tools. Put it in there. When you do it, try not to use the extension. Don't fuck them screws up, and just loosen them. All right, so I ended up having to leave and everything when I came back. I took the cam out. These bolts was tight as fuck. Make sure when you do them bolts, you take the T40, sit it on there, hit it a couple times with the hammer to try to, like, you know, knock the corrosion or anything loose to help it loosen it up. I broke like 3 T40s trying to take that off. So what I suggest, get you a torch. The tank is like $15. The top piece probably like $30 or something like that. Get you a torch like this and heat it up. Heat each of the bolts up right on the bolt. Heat it up for about 25, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, some shit like that. And then hurry up and try to break them loose like that. It seemed to work a little bit better. Because this shit was a headache. Honestly, shit was a fucking nightmare. Breaking all them sockets. But as soon as you get it off and you take that plate off, you can just grab the cam. Honestly, you just stick your finger in there, grab the cam, and just slowly grab the cam, slowly twist it a little bit and try to ease it out without snatching it out. Just go slow, move it around a little bit till it slide out some more. Just keep doing that all the way through. But then you're going to want to clean your head up. You can take like a razor blade. Let me see. So look, when you're doing it, I'm about to show you. When you're doing it, it's not that you want to use a flat razor blade, but don't cut towards like this. Don't cut it like, scrape it like that. Scrape away like this and try to clean as much of it up as you can. All right, so for the most part, I got it all cleaned up. It's pretty much smooth. Everything feels smooth. I don't feel no ridges on nothing. On this side, this side pretty much cleaned up. Front, I just did the front. So I guess now is the time where I'm about to put the cam in. So I'm about to get some gloves and stuff. Take this out the bag. You're gonna need some assembly lube. This is what I use. You're gonna use this, put it all down the cam. Use rubber gloves so you lube it up while you putting it in. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do as far as I'm gonna use them heads or I'm gonna use the old heads. But if I use the stock heads right here, they're basically the same heads. But if I use these heads, I gotta take the valve springs out of those and put them in here. So I gotta go over these and make sure everything is good with those, as far as like if they fucked up or something like that, because that was in the fucked up motor. So I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see. All right, so we put the cam in. We put these back in. I think they're supposed to be at 18 foot-pounds. I put them at about 22 foot-pounds. But I put them at like 22 foot-pounds. Next, put the sprocket back in. Put the sprocket in, then we can put the bolts in. All right, so the cam is in. Cam plate behind it is on. Sprocket, we put the sprocket back on. Tighten these up to 30 foot-pounds. You done started a fire. Yeah.
It's burning good.
It is.
That's a good glow on the motor, though.
It is. It do look good.
That's gonna be a hot motor when they get in the car.
Facts.
Fire.
What's next?
Matter of fact, you gonna make the car go ski skirt down the street?
All right, everything cleaned up as best as it could be for now. You know what I'm saying? But we at this stage. Last night, all I did was took the new lifters. I set them in the tray, dusty as hell. Probably was fucking ash from this fire. Took the trays. I oiled up the lifters, the new lifters. I put them in the trays And then when you put them in the trays, you just slide them directly into the motor. And then put the 10mm bolt in. I forgot what it said, but just snug them kind of tight. You ain't got to go crazy on them. They don't have no specific torque specs, I don't think. But now, make sure both of your dowel pins for your heads is in there. And then you gonna put your head gaskets on. So let me see. Head gasket. It's this side is for the front. So sit them on there. Your dowel pins. Now your head gaskets on there. Then you can go ahead and put your heads on. Go ahead and put your heads on. And make sure he's kind of clean. I just got a little dust on him. I'm trying to clean it. Make sure everything good. I don't know what that is. Yep, now sit your head on there. All right, next, you gonna tighten the head bolts in a certain pattern that I don't know. So I'm gonna have to put it on the screen. I think this should go 1, 2. All right, my phone died, but basically, after we tightened up the head bolts in order, how they go, which is like, you know, whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's all over the place. I put the diagram up. Basically, after that, what did we do after that? After we put them on, I went to the front. I cleaned up everything, the whole surface behind the timing cover. Put some new gasket maker on there and stuff like that. I put the bolts before. I didn't fully tighten them. I just tightened them to almost where they was touching the actual plate. And then I put this on. I put the balancer on. You push it on by hand first. Put the screw in there. You push it on by hand as far as you can. Put the screw in there. I used my impact. I tightened it with. I put it on the setting 1, so it'll do it lightly. I pushed it all the way in. And it'll kind of center center it by itself. So then after I tightened that all up, eventually I tightened the whole bolt up, and then I went back and I tightened all the tins around the cover. After I tightened all the tins around the cover, I went to the side. I grabbed my whole tray. I cut my damn hand. I grabbed my whole tray of rockers, and let me see. These are a little dirty. It's a little dirty in here. It's crazy. I sat them in there. Make sure the backs of them is all touching the push rods. Oh, no, that's what I'm mistaken. I put the push rods in first. You put them through the hole. If I could zoom in a little bit. You put them through the hole, and you'll feel it. And once you push down, you'll feel the lifter fall into place. If you feel it fall into place, then you did it right. So then push it down. Then you sit your whole tray in. And then I tightened them all up by hand first. And then I went over them 22 foot-pounds. I actually did them in order. I did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did them like that. Tighten them all down to 22 foot-pounds. Same thing on the other side. But shit, other than that, I just gotta only thing I did, I broke the damn temperature sensor. I gotta fix the temperature sensor. But I got an extra one anyways. I'm about to put the valve covers on. The valve covers, I had them. They got one right here. I'm gonna clean it a little bit, put the valve cover on, and then shit, after that, I'm gonna put it on the back of my truck and put it back into the car. Put it back on the back of the truck and go put it in the car.
My young niggas no filter, they be ready for the blitz. Jackie Tan got no brain, bet that boy pop a bitch. I ain't gotta lift a finger, baby slime, drop a shit. Feds keep trying to press the game, boy, they ain't stopping shit.